Stoke City this season have been diabolical. They are sitting just above the relegation zone, and to be honest, there's a good chance they could get relegated. So we're sacking off Alex Neil. I'm taking charge of this Stoke City team, and by the end of this video, I'll be making them the best team in the world. And because you guys loved it so much last year, we're gonna do it again. No transfers, no scouting system, no youth academy. We can only sign free agents. So this is the starting 11 I've loaded into, and off first glance, it's not actually as bad as I thought. We do, however, have 4 key players on loan to us, so that's definitely something we've got to bear in mind going forward. But don't get me wrong, there's some good players in the team like centre-back Ben Wilmot, defensive midfielder Ben Pearson, and of course Andre Vidigal, who, if I'm not mistaken, Stoke fans really like this guy. But after properly looking at this team, we've got a lot of work to do. For God's sake, we've got an attacking midfielder playing as a fullback. What's that about? Well, the first thing we got to do is sort out our tactical vision, and I want us to play tick-a-taka style football. I absolutely know that's not Stoke style of play, but could you imagine Stoke playing like Barcelona? I'd love to see it happen, so we're going to make it happen. And we've only got one tick-a-taka coach available right now, so we're going to leave the coaching system alone for a bit. And with a budget of £10 million to start off with, we're not going to have any difficulty bringing in free agents. And it is that time, boys. We are releasing every single youth academy player, although none of them probably would have helped us anyway. Now, obviously, we are in the championship with Stoke City, and for that reason, I've got a couple of rules to follow. The first rule is I can only bring 3 free agent players into the team per season until we get promoted to the Premier League. Once that happens, we can bring in as many players as we want. And because we're in the championship, we can only bring players 75 rated or lower into the team. But once we get to the Premier League, once again, we can bring in whoever we want. Yeah, boys, it's going to be a bit difficult. But you boys know I'm not rocking with this 5 at the back formation. Maybe at some point in this game, but definitely not now. Now, as you can see, the 4-2-3-1 is a recommended formation. So you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to use. And after messing around with the team, this is most likely the strongest starting 11 we can field right now. So now it's just a question of where we're actually going to put this 10 million. Now, Mark Travis is currently on loan to us right now, and he's our strongest keeper. So to avoid a tricky situation in Season 2, we're going to get a keeper this year. And to be honest, aside from the keeper, I'm not actually forced where we bring players into this team as long as we can make it stronger. But remember, boys, we've only got 3 signings this year, and we can only bring in players 75 rated or lower. And our first signing of this window is going to be Croatian keeper Nedeljko Lebrovic, who's only 23 years old, 72 rated. This guy could be with us for at least 6 or 7 seasons. And our next signing is going to be fullback Yaha Atiyat Alat, who's 28 years old, 73 rated. He had a fantastic World Cup with Morocco, so we're bringing him to Stoke City. And our final signing is going to be Osman Bakari, who's 24 years old, 72 rated. This guy was a beast in FIFA 23, so I want to see if he's just the same in FC 24. And after those signings, we've still got 8 million in the budget. I already cannot wait to get to the Prem. But as well as signing players, I've also sent a stupid amount on loan because all these players wouldn't get game time with us, so hopefully they'll get game time elsewhere. Especially this guy, Nikola Djordjic, 19 years old, 68 rated. This guy could be an absolute beast for us in the future if this loan move goes well. And on top of that, I've been training Vidigal to become a left winger. I'm not getting my hopes up, but he's going to turn into a 73 rated winger. There's hope that this guy could be our endgame winger yet. And to ensure the actual Stoke players get the game time they need to improve this year, I'm actually terminating the loan of Mark Travers and Saeed Aksabanovic, because in those positions, they're probably the highest rated players, and I don't want to take the chance. And with that all said and done, this is the starting 11 going into Season 1, and honestly, I actually think this isn't a bad team. Now, obviously, we're nowhere near to the point yet where we're going to be competing for promotion. That's just unrealistic. But one thing I do want them to do is improve as players, man. If we can use this as a building block for Season 2, we may stand a chance of promotion next year. And with us being limited to 3 signings per season, and they can only be 75 rated or lower, their improvement this year is absolutely crucial to our future success. But in real life, they're currently 20th in the league as we're recording this video, so as long as we finish higher than that, I'm really not fussed. Now, as we're simulating through Season 1, if you wouldn't mind dropping this video a like and hitting that subscribe button, that would be incredible. So boys, we're at the end of May. Season 1 is finished, so let's go see how we did. How the hell if we finished 5th? We're in the playoffs with Leeds United, Southampton and Watford. I would have been happy with a mid-table finish, but we're in the frigging playoffs in our first season in charge, for God's sake. And we only just lost to a freshly relegated Southampton. I mean, you know what? That is a very positive sign going into Season 2. And look at the improvement in this team. Granted, some players aren't happy for whatever reason, but I don't care. The team has improved, and that's exactly what I wanted. And our stats are very impressive. 29 goal contributions for Daniel Johnson, 19 for Wesley, 24 for Bakari, and 13 for Vidigal. And I've got to say, boys, the players I've sent out on loan are improving pretty well too. But overall, overall, Season 1 has been a massive success. We got to playoff position with Stoke City, a team that in real life are really struggling. And I'm telling you now, if we can get 3 pretty lucky signings next year, we're definitely getting Stoke City back into the Prem. So we're now into our second year in charge of Stoke City, and as you can see, I've been a little bit busy hiring coaches. Now looking at the team, there's only 3 positions I'd actually like to improve in Season 2. Daniel Johnson was our top goal scorer last year, but he's also one of the lowest rated players in the starting 11, so I think getting a better cam will definitely do this team justice in Season 2. I'd also like a better left back man. Edwards is 67 rated, and if we want push for promotion, we've got to get somebody better. And we also need a better centre back than Rose to partner up with Wilmot, because he just isn't good enough. If we are lucky to get those positions sorted, we have got promotion in the bag this year. And with 16 million in the budget, we've got absolutely no financial problems whatsoever. But remember boys, we're not yet in the Premier League. We're still only limited to 3 signings, and they have to be 75 rated or lower. And starting with the centre back, I'm going for Argentinian Emiliano Amor, who's 29 years old, 73 rated. He'll do for at least 1 or 2 seasons. And for our attacking midfielder, I'm going for failed wonder kid Maximilian Meyer, 28 years old, 74 rated. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining, but what a career this guy should have had. And finally for the left back, I'm going for Jose Luis Gallardo. He's only 17 years old, 74 rated. I mean, you really can't ask for much more than that. And we still have 11 million after those signings and sorting everybody's contracts out. Get us to that Premier League, man. We need to spend more money than this. But this is the starting 11 heading into Season 2, and honestly, I really fancy our chances this year of getting promotion. Now, obviously, it is still a pretty average team at best, but you got to remember, this team grew massively last year, so hopefully they can do the exact same again this year too. And if last year we got the playoffs with a weaker team than this, who knows what we can accomplish this season with an even better squad. So as you can see boys, we're almost at the end of May. Season 2's wrapped up, so let's see if we've got back into the Prem. That's exactly what we've done boys, second in the league, 8 points behind the league leaders Brentford. We are officially promoted back to the Premier League. And to be fair, we did it quite convincingly, 7 points clear of freshly relegated Burnley. That is a good achievement. They've got a pretty solid team. And boys, just look at the starting 11 man, especially our keeper Labrovic, 83 rated. What a gold mine he is. And just look at the stats, man. Our attackers really know where the back of that net is. It's only taken us 2 seasons to get Stoke City back into the Prem. Peter Coates, lads, you know where to find me. But from now on, it's going to get a lot harder. Granted, we can make as many signings as we want, and we can bring anybody we want into the team, but we're now in the toughest league in the world, the Premier League. So we're now into our 3rd year in charge of Stoke, and as you can see, we are finally back in the Premier League. And as you know, that means no more restrictions. We can bring as many players into the team as we want, and whoever we want into the team, providing they are a free agent. And looking at this team, boys, there are a couple of positions we could do with improving if we're to do better than just survive the Prem. We could do with a better centre-back partnership than Wilmot and Amor. I mean, for the Championship, they are pretty good, but for the Premier League, they're pretty much bottom of the barrel. We also need a better DM than Pearson. I know this guy in real life is pretty solid for Stoke, but for the Prem, I think we need somebody better. And you knew it was coming. We need a better attacking mid than Maya. I mean, 74 rated in the Prem, it's not going to work out, is it? If we are lucky enough to get these positions sorted, I definitely think we're going to have a decent time in the Prem this season. And with 51 million in the budget, this is officially where the board really started doing my head in, because that amount of money could solve all the problems we've got right now. And boys, we found an attacking midfielder, Mario Pasalic. He is 30 years old, but he's 80 rated. He'll definitely do a job for us for at least 3 years. I've also found a centre midfielder called Christoph Besnard. He's only 19 years old, 73 rated. I might send this guy out on loan to get the game time and experience that he needs. But I have definitely found a good centre back, Salvatore Bernardi. He's 21 years old, 77 rated. This guy could potentially be our endgame centre back. Now after those signings, the team's really starting to shape up nicely, but we've got unlimited amount of signings to make, so you better believe we're going back for a second Alpine. And I'm glad I did, because I found 28-year-old Arthur who's 79 rated. I also found centre back Mohamed Ali Kamara who's 27 years old and 76 rated. And the best one, Ezekiel Fernandez, who's 22 years old, 77 rated. I really don't know if this guy's got high potential, but he looks pretty damn promising to me. And we've still got 32 million after signing all those players and sorting everybody's contracts out, but you know what? We've made 6 signings, so I'm going to leave the transfer window there. And now the team looks like this headed into our first season in the Prem, and I've got to say, I like our chances of doing pretty well. Don't get me wrong, there is still a lot of room for improvements in this team, but it already looks like an established Premier League side, man. I don't think we're going to be in a relegation battle. Having said that though, our main priority this season is staying in the Premier League. We've got to be in the Premier League to actually compete in it next season, haven't we? So boys, it's the 1st of June, season 3 is done, so let's go see how we've we've done in our first season back in the Premier League. I will definitely take that 14th in the league, and you know what? There wasn't actually that many points between ourselves and 10th in the league, West Ham United. As far as seasons back into the Premier League go after getting promoted, this isn't bad at all. But we only made it to round 4 of the FA Cup, losing to bloody Wolverhampton Wanderers on penalties of all teams. And we only made it to round 2 of the Carabao Cup, losing to Everton 2-0 on penalties. I mean, if you're wondering why I haven't shown you how we've done domestically, this is why. We are doing terribly. There's nothing to show you. But look at the improvement in the team, boys. I'm telling you now, we are signing some absolute banging free agents in this video so far. And stats-wise, I really cannot complain. Our front four, once again, proving why they are our front four. And behind the scenes, I did send Christoph Besnard on loan to Sheffield United. And as you can see, at 20 years old, he's 76 rated. This guy has definitely got a future at Stoke City. For the first season back in the Prem, it's been amazing, man. We've comfortably survived it. And overall, boys, the team's massively improving. Our future with Stoke City looks very goddamn promising. We just need to keep getting very lucky with these free agent signings, and who knows where we'll be in the next 3 seasons. We may even get European football. So we're now into season 4 in charge of Stoke City, and we've got 55 million in our budget, and it's safe to say, boys, I'm crying inside. Now, looking at this team, there's about 4 positions that we do need to focus on. We need a better right back than Atiat Allah, and we need a better centre back than Kamara if we are to do better in the Premier League this year. I also think a better striker wouldn't go amiss either. Granted, he is 78 rated, but I do think if we had a stronger striker up top, we'd do way better in the Prem. Now, this will annoy Stoke fans, but at some point, I'd like a better winger than Vidigal. He's 27 years old, 78 rated. I thought he was going to be our endgame striker. Unfortunately, his dynamic potential just hasn't hit right. But if we're lucky enough to get all these positions sorted this year, we may go from the bottom half of the table to the top half in only 1 season. And boys, we've got so lucky with Maxim Shevchenko, who's only 19 years old, who's 79 rated. I'd love to know who's pre-gen or regen this guy is, but I do know one thing, he's going straight into our team. I've also found centre-back Rafael Kakori. I've definitely got that name wrong, but he's 76 rated, he'll do for now. And I've also found right-back Danny McNamara, who's 27 years old, 75 rated. I probably butchered that name as well, but you know what I'm like, don't you? And to be fair, boys, after those 3 signings, only one of them's actually made the starting 11. We've got a bit more work to do, especially when we've got 48 million in the budget. We've got to go back to that free agents list and dig a little deeper. And I'm very glad I did, because I found Dennis Battaglia, who's 18 years old and 75 rated. I also found Igor Cardoso, who's 22 years old and 77 rated. And we got incredibly lucky with this one. Amid Diallo, 23 years old, 79 rated. I mean, Vidigal's a good player, but he's just a little bit better, isn't he? And as you can see, boys, I've sent 5 or 6 players out on loan in the hopes that a couple of them are going to go into the starting 11 in a couple of seasons' time. And speaking of the starting 11, this is what the team looks like going into season 4. And honestly, I can see us pulling off a massive upset this season. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we're going to get European football, but I can certainly see us coming quite close to getting it. Especially with us signing the likes of Shevchenko, Amid Diallo, and Osman Bakari in our front 4. I mean, we're going to rain goals in the Prem this season. But all I want is this team to perform better than last year, because theoretically, with a much better team, we should have a much better finish in the Prem. Well, boys, season 4 is done and dusted, and we were so close to European football, man. 1 point away from the Europa Conference League, man. We were this close. But for our second tenure in the Premier League, gaining an 8th place position, finishing above United, for God's sake, that's fantastic. And this time we made it to the semis of the FA Cup, only losing to United on penalties. And we also made the semis of the Carabao Cup, losing to the other side of Manchester on penalties as well. I mean, what can you do against that? But boys, look at the team, man. Everybody's happy, everybody's improving. What did I tell you, boys? Next season, providing we get the right signings, we've got European football in the bag. And Osman Bakari was the player of the season by a mile. 28 goals, 8 assists, and 47 games. This guy, just like on FIFA 23, is an absolute baller in FC 24. And of all the players out on loan, Christoph Besnard is the most likely to get into the team after this season, man. 78 rated, 21 years old. I think I found Arthur's replacement. I'll be real, boys, I'm buzzing with how the Potters have done this year, man. This close to European football and only our second season in the Prem. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. But like I've said, the right signings for season 5, and you better believe we are getting European football. So it's now our 5th year in charge of Stoke City, and we've got 75 million in our budget, man. This just ain't fair at this point, is it? Now, the team is absolutely phenomenal right now, but there's two positions that are screaming for improvement. It's our right back and our centre back position. Once we sort those out, literally everywhere else in this pitch is absolutely sound, and we don't need to touch it for at least another 2 seasons. We could potentially do with a new Cam though at some point next year, because he's 32 years old and 83 rated. That overall won't last like that for much longer. But for now, we just need a new centre back and a new right back. And I think I found a centre back in Manuel Beltran. He's 78 rated, only 19 years old. I mean, hopefully this guy could turn into a beast. But he was the best player we could find, because as you can see, there's literally nobody else worth even putting on the subs bench, so we're just going to leave the transfer window as it is. The good news, however, Christoph Besnard is now 79 rated, 21 years old. He's going to be in that starting 11 pretty damn soon. And do you guys remember Cardoso? Well, he's 79 rated. He's actually better than Atiyat Alat now, so we can bring him back off loan and put him straight into the starting 11. But this is the starting 11 going into this season, and boys, I am very confident about what we can do with this squad. Obviously, that transfer window has been a massive L, but with the quality we've already got in the starting 11 and the source bench for that matter, I don't really think it matters all that much. Obviously, the likes of our centre-back Beltran and our centre midfielder Besnard do need to massively improve to catch up with the rest of the team, but I've got no doubt in my mind that they'll do just that. And as for our objective this year, you guessed it, I want Stoke City to get European football, whether it's the Champions League, the Europa League or the Conference League. This team is more than ready for Europe, and I want this year to be the year we qualify for it. So Season 5 is officially complete, and we've got European football, boys. We are 6th in the league at the end of this season. We were only 2 points behind Manchester City. We have had a fantastic season, and we've won our first trophy in charge of Stoke City, beating Nottingham Forest 3-1 in the FA Cup final. And we almost got the domestic double, man. We lost 4-2 to United again in the Carabao Cup final, man. We were so close to another trophy. But looking at the starting 11, I'm not all that shocked, boys. We have got an absolute monster of a team now. But stats-wise, it's not as impressive as I thought it would be. I mean, Makari got 31 goal contributions and Shevchenko got 25, but all in all, I did expect a lot better. Boys, we've done it. It took us 5 years in charge of Stoke City to do it, but we finally got European football. It's not the Champions League, and obviously that is the one we're after, but if we can do well in the Europa League, that only sets us up for success when we eventually do get to the Champions League. So it's now our 6th year in charge of Stoke City, and we've got a whopping 103 million in our budget. And as you can see, boys, not only is our team absolutely phenomenal, the average age is about mid-20s, so that puts us in a phenomenal position. We're now at the point where if I'm not happy with the players I'm seeing on the free agents list, they're not getting into the team. I'm only bringing players into the team if they're as good as the players in the starting 11. So to be honest, boys, this could make the transfer windows going forward quite interesting on who we actually bring in. Due to Pulisic getting older, it's now time to bring in an attacking midfielder, and thankfully I found 2 pretty good candidates. The first one being Luka Ivanusek. He's 29 years old, 81 rated. I think he'll be a fantastic super sub for the next player. And the next player is Alfonso Cruz, who's only 17 years old, 82 rated. He's currently a centre forward, but we're going to convert him to a central attacking midfielder. And his training to be a cam is complete. He's going to turn into an 82 rated player. I mean, I should know by now. You get your hopes up with a position change, you're bound to be disappointed. But that's our transfer window done, and this is the starting 11 going into Season 6. These amazing quality in the starting 11, these good quality on the subs bench to replace it. I think we are ready for whatever Season 6 has to throw at us. And because we won the FA Cup last year, we're in the FA Community Shield final against Arsenal. And the one thing I noticed, Kane, you absolute traitor. Our team is looking phenomenal going into this game, though. It's going to be interesting. I reckon we can pull... Oh, my God. Wow. Okay, Martinelli tore us a new backside. But brushing that aside, we are in the Europa League in Group E alongside FC Lorient, Sturmgrass and Victoria Pleasant. Now, not only do I think we're going to storm Group E, I think we've got a very good chance of going all the way in this competition. Oh, believe me, I know that's a big ask, but with the quality we got in our team, I reckon we can pull it off. So, boys, it's the 1st of June 2029, Season 6 is done, so let's go see how we've done. We've won the league with Stoke City by 7 points in the end. We played 38 games and only lost 4, man. We absolutely dominated this season. But we only made it to round 3 of the FA Cup. And we also made it to round 3 of the Carabao Cup, losing 2-1 to Middlesbrough. I mean, Talk about swings and roundabouts. But in the group stage, we topped it alongside FC Lorient and we cruised to the round of 16, where we batter Porto 4-2 on aggregate and we go to the quarters, where we absolutely dismantle Standard Liège and we go to the semis, where we smash RC Salta and we're against Inter Milan in the final. Have we got a double here? We do! We've beaten Inter Milan 2-1 in the final, so we've won the Premier League and the Europa League in the same season. I mean, Peter Coach, you know where to find me, lad. But honestly, boys, look at their team, man. I mean, are we really that surprised? Because this team is ridiculous. And our 2 star players are Shevchenko with 35 and 5 and also Bakary with 22 and 15, man. Those two are on another level. Boys, season 6 has been the best season yet. We've won the Prem, we've won the Europa League, and the best part, we've got qualification for the Champions League. But we all know that the Champions League is a different level, so we've got to make sure that the signings we make next year are absolutely brilliant. So boys, it's now our 7th year in charge of Stoke City, and we've got a whopping 212 million in the budget, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that one kind of hurts. But looking at the team, boys, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's only one position I actually want to focus on, and it's actually our second choice keeper, because as you can see, he definitely isn't good enough to replace our first choice keeper if anything happened to him. Honestly, once we sort that out, I'm very happy to just leave the transfer window there. I don't really want to mess with this team any more than we already have. And we are starting and ending the transfer window by signing Altay Bayandi. He's 31 years old, he's 79 rated. He will more than do the job for us. And as you all know, the team looks like this going into season 7. We've got the starting 11 looking amazing. The suspense looks just as good. We are ready for the Champions League. And we are once again in the Community Shield final, this time facing Newcastle United. And I really fancy our chances of winning this competition this time. The team's looking good, fit and healthy. Hopefully, this time... Hey! We've won the FA Community Shield the second time's a charm. And we're also in the Super Cup against Bayern Munich after winning the Europa League. I'm not going to lie, that team is a lot weaker than I thought it'd be. I fancy our chances against Bayern Munich. Okay. Maybe not. But brushing that aside, we are in Group C of the Champions League alongside Wolfsburg, Club Brugge and Sparta Praha. And honestly, boys, I feel like the group we faced in the Europa League was tougher than this, so I'm definitely expecting us to top this with flying colours. So, boys, we've just reached January with Stoke City, and we are second in the league, and we are well in the race for that title once again. Could you imagine if we win it back-to-back with City? And just like I thought we would, we destroyed Group C, and we cruised to the round of 16. And so far, Shevchenko's running the show with 21 goal contributions in 28 games. This guy's just a beast. And we've got 185 million in the budget. Now, under normal circumstances, you better believe I'm spending that money, but we're only signing free agents, so I'm not going to spend a penny of it. So with that being said, this is the starting 11 going into the knockouts for the first time, and honestly, I reckon we go pretty far. I don't know if we can win it outright because Bayern Munich did beat us in the Super Cup, but I reckon, depending on who we get drawn up against, we could maybe reach the semi-final. And boys, you won't believe who we've got first in the round of 16. Bayern Munich. I swear to God, I feel like I've just jinxed myself. The team's looking good for the first leg away from home at Sanderson Park. What's the score going to be? Oh, okay. It's a 2-2 draw this time. Maybe we can do the unthinkable. It's now time for the second leg. We're at the Bet365, even though it says Stoke City FC Stadium. Whatever. It's not called that. Bayern Munich, Stoke City 2. Oh my God! We've beaten them. Oh, revenge is so goddamn sweet. But boys, up next in the quarters is Barcelona, man. First Bayern Munich, then Barcelona. We're having a true baptism by fire, aren't we? We are at home in the first game with the team looking pretty solid. It's a 2. Oh my God. That is massive. If we knock Barcelona out, I'm actually convinced we're going to the final, man. Bayern Munich and not Barcelona. Oh my God, boys, we've got a very, very good chance to get into the final now, first bloody try. And in the semi-finals, boys, we're playing Sporting, and I'm not going to lie, I'm more nervous for this game than I was for Bayern Munich and bloody Barcelona combined. The team isn't looking good at all either, man. I'm so nervous for this game. Watch us choke it. Don't you? Oh, no. They no way. They no way we beat Barcelona and Bayern Munich to get knocked out by pissing Sporting. The team is looking good though for the second leg. We are at home as well, so there is a good chance we can get back into this. Oh my God, thank God for that. We not only beat them, we absolutely dismantle them at the Bet365 4-1 aggregate, and we are in the Champions League final in our very first attempt. And it's a true clash of titans in the final, boys. Stoke City versus Sevilla. I mean, I know we're in the final with Stoke City, but Sevilla? Really? We're heading back over to the Prem. We've gone back-to-back winning the title, man. By 1 point this time, City were dead close to us, but ultimately it doesn't matter because we are once again the champions. And we've also won the FA Cup again, beating Arsenal 2-1 in the final. So that's 3 trophies we've won this season. We're on for the quadruple, boys. But we only made it to round 4 in the Carabao Cup. Honestly, this is one competition we aren't good at. And just look at the stats on these boys, man. 18 goal contributions for Cruz and Vidigal, 38 for Bakari, and also 38 for Shevchenko, man. What a season. And again, no injuries, no suspensions, our full strength starting 11 in the final. I'll say it again, FC24, I like this game for this sole reason. And honestly, boys, I'm not surprised we've done well when we got players in the team like 91 rated Labrovic, 92 rated Shevchenko, 93 rated Bakari, and 94 rated Gallardo. That's 4 90+ rated players in the starting 11, man. You can't really complain at that, can you? And so far, we've done phenomenal with the Potters. We've won 2 Premier League titles, 2 or 3 FA Cups, a Europa League, a Community Shield final, and we've got the chance to win the biggest one of them all now, the Champions League. Bakari's on the ball now. Look at the room he's got. What is going on with their defence at the back? Oh my God, what a save from their keeper. Tomiyasu's on the ball on the right-hand side of the pitch. Gallardo's in chase of him. He's got the ball in, though. Stoke City, great defence. So far, I've got to admit, Sevilla are by a mile the better team. They're creating more chances. Please don't be a handball. Oh, come on. I knew it. As soon as that hit his body, I knew that was going to be a penalty. Let's actually have a look, see if this is accurate. I mean, oh, what are you doing? He literally goes like that. What are you playing at Wakanda forever? Sevilla get a corner because somebody was playing cosplay Black Panther. But we save it! That is a phenomenal save. Ahmed Diallo's on the ball. Oh, that ball to Bakari is beautiful. Can we put it away this time? Yes, we can, Bakari. Who else was it going to be? 1-0 inside 35 minutes. We are in a very good position right now. Beautiful ball from Ahmed Diallo to Bakari, our best player by a mile, and he makes no mistake of it in the end. I'll be real, we've been kind of lucky to get that goal because so far Sevilla have been the better side, and that's another great save. Cardoso's on the ball now. He's waiting for that run from Bakari. We're going to try and get a 1-2 on the go. We've got it as well. Bakari once again is against Van den Ven, but I reckon Bakari can get it. Oh my days. It is a game of the keepers, this one. Nothing has happened in the last 20 minutes of this game, man. It's been the deadest start to a second half I've ever had. That's a great ball to Besnard. Besnard is in a bit of space. Can we make this 2-0? Besnard, you score that, the game's done. I'm going to be so honest. This is one of the most boring finals I've ever played, man. Nothing has happened in the second half. Oh, we may be able to make something happen. Oh, come on, man. Can we make something happen? I'll actually concede at this point. Speaking of, oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, that's a great... Oh, no. I've got to turn this handball thing off, man. Every single block's a bloody penalty, for God's sake. What's it? Oh, my God. Are you even a football player? Do you know how to defend properly, not use your arms or hands? Keep it. Can you make a second save? He's going to go to the right. Oh, my God. I cannot believe I jinxed myself. Why did I say I was willing to concede to make this game more exciting? The worst part is we conceded that goal, and we literally couldn't help it, man. That's just the AI being AI. Extra time it is. What a joke. We should be lifting that Champions League trophy right now, but nope, because I opened me big fat gob, we are playing extra time. Bakari's on the ball. Oh, can we get that over? Yeah, Shevchenko, get on to the end of that, lad. Come on. Shevchenko, you've done nothing all game, lad. What's up with you? Bakari's got the ball. He's against Ian Matson. I reckon we've got the pace. And we do. Come on, this is it. This is the chance. Can we take it? Yes! Of course we can. It's Bakari, for God's sake. 92 rated Bakari, who we signed in Season 1, has put us 2-1 up in the Champions League final and potentially won us this competition. I swear to God, whenever we've needed someone to step up in this game, Bakari has been the man for the job every single time. Okay, defenders, I hope you're listening up to this. Next time a shot comes at you, please don't use your fingernails, your fingers, your hands, your arms, your bloody shoulders to block it. Use your bleeding noggin, lad. Pedro Della Vega's on the ball now. Cardoso is trying to catch up to him, but he's too quick. Can we get this ball away? No. Oh, that's a fantastic save from Labrovic. There's literally a minute left in this game. They're on the attack once again. Duranville's on the ball. This is the make or break chance. What a save from our keeper. Is that the game? That's the game. We've won Stoke City the Champions League. Extra time, what a save from our keeper. 2-1 in the end, and we have made Stoke City the best team in the world. My days, man, that was difficult. It took us 7 seasons to do it, only signing free agents, but you know what? Just like always, we bloody did it in the end, didn't we? And if you are still here, thank you so much for watching this video, but if you enjoyed this, you should definitely click here to watch me do this with Luton Town.